At God, why does my hair always look the best when no one is around to appreciate it? So this video is a little bit different in that it's not particularly scripted in a way. I don't necessarily script my videos, but I always have some form of notes to like prompt me throughout the video, but for this one I have nothing, so apologies if I ramble on as well. So if you didn't know, I was in New York 3 weeks ago from the 4th to the 8th of March, and yeah, 4 days. 4 days in New York. It's also important to note that because I was there for such a short amount of time, you know, 4 days is a ridiculously like short amount of time to do anything, let alone go to one of the greatest cities in the world. So there were rarely moments where I was really up for getting my camera out and filming everything because, I mean, it sounds like a cliche, but I did kind of want to live life through these lenses, you know? I told my photography teacher that and he flipped out. Jesus Christ. I should probably start from the beginning. Okay, so flying, that was weird. So yeah, we got to Heathrow, everything was fine, and it wasn't until we'd checked in and everything, we were sat down in this little bar, and I realised, holy shit, I'm scared shitless of flying. It was very much an internal kind of panic, like I just didn't know what to expect. Bearing in mind, last time I'd been on a plane was when I was 11, I think, and that was to Spain, which is like hour-and-a-half journey, so, and this was an 8-hour flight. So you can kind of imagine, but you know what, it was fine because I found out that I actually really love flying, so there you go. The flight was very overwhelming. I think I had a lot of moments on the plane. I don't know how to explain it. Things like car journeys can get me very, I don't want to say emotional, very sentimental, so you can imagine what an 8-hour plane journey is going to do to someone like me. I'm not gonna lie, there were moments when I got very emotional. I even got really teary at one point actually, because I was looking out the plane window and like I saw this, and it's really beautiful, and it made me think about the world and how beautiful the world is, all that stuff. Yeah, I know, but it's true. And I mean, I was listening to songs that kind of meant a lot to me, and yeah, I was crying like a little bitch. So then we landed, got a cab, and got to our hotel, which was alright. I was expecting the hotel to be a lot nicer than it was. I don't know why. Settling in was very overwhelming. Like, as soon as we stepped into the room, I don't know, it was kind of like, this is where the trip begins, you know? It was very exciting. After we got settled in, I called Felix, and once he was on his way, I started doing my makeup and stuff. Felix is bae, by the way. Moving on. Is that zoomed into you?
What? That's not something. Are you fucking good? Like.
Never mind. So I was waiting for Felix to arrive and I did my makeup and stuff. Everything was going fine, and then because it's me, disaster struck, didn't it? So yeah, our adapters decided not to work. All I wanted to do was straighten my hair. Alright, that's all I wanted to do. Bearing in mind I'd been on a plane for 8 hours, I wasn't looking as great as I maybe wanted to. So my hair looked like shit. And this is the first time I was meeting Felix, so the minute he knocked on the door, literally my heart went from being in my chest to just went through the fucking ground, honestly. Just to sum up how overwhelming it was to meet him, I was so overwhelmed that I locked myself out of the hotel room. So that's a thing that happened in New York. Yeah, okay. Oh, and despite my hair looking like shit already because I hadn't straightened it, it also decided to rain, so thanks God. In a way, things couldn't have gone more worse, but I don't know, things also couldn't have been more perfect, you know? And then we went out and got pizza, which I still refer to as our first date, and I paid for the pizza as well, so there you go. Breaking gender stereotypes since 1997, thank you. That first night in New York was very, very special for me. I mean, meeting Felix and everything was very overwhelming, very beautiful. Like, again, I won't go into detail because there's so many things I could say about that night. And then we got back around 2 AM, I think it was, and just chilled at the hotel for a bit. And I don't know, it was a very good night. It was so good that I felt like I wanted to throw up half the time, so that's how you know it's been a good night. No, seriously, when I'm really, really excited and really happy, because I have a sensitive stomach, like, I start to feel really sick, so that is literally how I know I'm having a good time. That's bad, that's bad. I didn't actually throw up though, so it's all good, it's all good. And then the next day, me and my dad went out. This was the day I saw Times Square for the first time. This was the coldest day for me. The kind of cold over there is a different kind of cold to here. Like, it's always cold here, but not that kind of cold. That was hardcore winter. It was so cold that we had to stop for refuge in McDonald's. Yeah, like the little weaklings we are, the little weak British tourists we are. And my best day, however, was the day I went to Brooklyn, and I met one of Felix's best friends, and we went out for tea. I don't know, it was a very chill day. It's the day that stays in my head the most, visually, if that makes sense. Like, I remember it so well. I actually didn't get around to doing that much touristy stuff. Like, well, at all, really. Before I went, I was really looking forward to, you know, doing all the traditional attraction kind of stuff, but I don't know, like, I got to experience the city in a way that most people don't, you know, most tourists aren't lucky to. I mean, I met the people, I went places that, you know, aren't traditional, and that was very special to me, you know, and I was with someone that I loved at the end of the day, so that was even more special to me. As gay as it is, it's true. I don't really know what to say, honestly, because, you know, all there is to say is you know, the way I felt, which was the most important part for me. No matter how many notes I have, it's not gonna do it justice. Those 4 days did fly by, which I obviously anticipated, but I just think it's crazy how much of a good time I had, despite how little time I had, you know? I mean, it got to the last day, and the last day went the quickest out of all the days, honestly. Like, the one day I wanted things to go a little bit slower. But no, really, I woke up, we saw a film, and the next minute we were in the car on the way to the airport, so... Yeah, and then suddenly I was on a plane home, looking out at New York, going away from it and crying my eyes out, again. And then got home, and here we are, you know. I kind of had to get into the same routine again, which is still... It's been 3 weeks, but I'm still finding it hard. The thing about that trip for me, that I think will make me remember it, is the fact that it was always exciting. I just had the best 4 days that I think I've ever had in my life, honestly. Rarely has a day gone by where I haven't thought about New York at least once. That's kind of gives you an idea of the effect it's had on me. I just wanted to document now what it felt like for me. The feels, all the feels. But yeah, as long as I've got this to remind me, we're good, we're all good, we're all good. I think I've tried my best to articulate the trip in you know, from my perspective. I hope you enjoyed this just rambling session. I'm sorry it went on too long. I haven't even edited it yet, but I can tell. Okay, cool. Bye. Look at that. It's mocking me. That was gross.
No, look, she said. Sing a song. Look, no, look.